Hey, welcome to Heroes. I'm Paul,
And I'm Patrick.
and today we're going to pick our sci-fi cruise.
You're gonna have to explain more than that. We're gonna populate. There are gonna be rules because for
Mm.
to have fun, you must first have rules. Obviously, everybody. So, Paul, what are the rules? What are our limits on choice here? How many seats are on our particular spaceship?
Yeah, so the idea is that we're going to pick sci-fi characters, and we're going to fill up four slots. They don't need to be originally these four slots or anything like that. So we want that captain's chair filled. We want the
Hmm.
helmsman slash pilot filled.
Yeah.
We want the science officer and also the engineer. So those four slots, those four seats. I know that there's plenty more that need to be filled in a crew, but those four seats are the ones that we're looking at. You don't need to pick a captain from like you don't need to be a captain to the captain's chair. You can be anyone, kind of thing. So that's the rules. It's literally that we're filling our
Cool.
crew. How does the recruitment officer essentially get these for you know?
And we can choose from TV, movie, the works.
Yeah,
Anything that's considered sci-fi. But I'm assuming the other rule is they must have had some involvement with the idea of a boat, ship, vessel of some kind.
yes,
Okay,
they have
cool.
to be in some way involved in the running of a ship.
Okay, cool.
That's the kind
Then
of thing.
let's show by doing or do by showing.
Okay, so
Hit
I'm
me,
gonna fill
Paul.
my first seat, which I'm gonna choose. I like you don't have to follow the same route. I'm gonna follow my first seat, which is my pilot slash helmsman, as I'm gonna get his name now in a second. It is Matt LeBlanc's character from Lost in Space, the 1999 one.
Deep
Um,
cut. Because I remember Lost in Space, the TV show, which I used to watch on Sundays as a kid. Um, and I remember the electro beat redo of their theme tune, which I owned on CD, from the Matt LeBlanc, uh, Lacey Chabert from Party of Five, Heather Graham. I want to get the whole crew. Maybe Rogers and William Hurt. And the bad guys were their Dr. Smith was Gary Oldman, and it was actually the guy, Peter O'Toole's son. Not as Peter O'Toole's son, the Chernobyl dude. He was also in it. There you go. Cast. Paul, you've picked a movie that's been living in the back of my head for 26 years.
Yeah, it's Major Don West is the character name. So he's
Yes,
going
it
to be the
is.
helmsman. Yeah, he's going to be the helmsman. I thought it would be an interesting one. He's a very he. The reason I'm choosing him as my helmsman is one, amazing helmsman. Two, he will do what it takes to make sure that his friends come home. He's a very kind of like he's got a very good noble streak on him,
Yeah.
and I thought it was good to kind of keep him going, kind of thing. Um, so I thought he would be just a fun choice just to pick. My second choice, which is going to be a weird one, and I definitely understand why, is which is and oh
What's
my
what's the
god,
role?
it's the engineering role.
Right.
And I think people might know the movie that I'm going to go off on because I do go a lot about it, kind of thing. But it's Dr. William Ware from Event Horizon. It's Sam Neill's character.
Oh,
He's an
should have
amazing
known.
engineer. He's an amazing scientist slash engineer, kind of thing. He builds a gravity drive. Like, who else do you want on your crew
Yeah.
except for Sam Neill?
Well, I only want him at certain parts of that movie. Let's say the first half, because he has some personal issues. If we were to, let's say, I think HR might turn him down for a few reasons if we were to ask him in his guise towards the end of said movie.
I thought it would be fun. He could actually go into the science. Let's actually, yeah, I'm going to move him into my science officer thing because he's more of a doctor. He's more of a sciencey guy. So
Okay,
yeah, I'm going to
okay.
move him there because also it would be real weird to have him as the creepy science officer. He's a great science officer for quite a bit for quite a start of that movie. I will say that, kind of thing. Um, my engineer, because I actually thought about this actually while we were while we were just talking there, because I really think this is actually is Firefly, which is it's
Really?
um oh, what is the character's name? I got it
Is it?
here.
Are you talking Kaylee? Or
Kaylee, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Kaylee. I'd
course.
have Kaylee as my engineer. An amazing engineer, loves
Notice my
ships.
pen going to strike out my original choice for engineer, so I'll be picking a different engineer. Promised I wouldn't pick the same things as Paul. I haven't done as much research as Paul, by the way, because this was his brilliant idea. But damn it, I shouldn't have let him go first on all of them. I've just realized.
I've
All
got
right, Kaylee's a great
yeah,
choice.
Kaylee Fry. Yeah, she's a great engineer. She's passionate
Just
about.
say, yeah, she played that character, gave her so much heart, sweetness, and like that's somebody you need in a room, not just to be a brilliant engineer, but my God, holding your crew together, man.
Like such a harsh kind of thing. I think that they would be able to keep Dr. Weir possibly in place for a lot of it. Kind of
Right.
thing. So yeah, I think so with those three members, which is so I've got Major John West from the 1999 Lost in Space. I've got Dr. William Ware, Sam Neill from Event Horizon, and I've got Kaylee Fire, who is played by, oh my god, I'm such an idiot that I didn't look this up. Jewel Stati. Um,
Jewel, yeah, yeah, Jewel stayed.
um, the next one, the only crew, like, and here's the thing: the only captain I can think of that could hold this crew together is Ripley.
Fuck you. Excuse my language, everybody.
Ripley is my
Ah,
captain.
piss off. Like now I have to. You've just taken two of my choices. Ah, son of a.
But like, Ripley is a really good captain. She is.
Yeah,
She
that's
is a
why I had
first
chosen her as
mate.
my captain too, a-hole.
Yeah, she is the first mate I know in the movies, but she should have been captain. They would have.
Oh,
None of it
she's
would have
captain
happened.
now. She became captain. She became ranking officer because some things happened on that ship. I can't remember what, but there were a lot of instantaneous promotions happening that day.
That is very true. I tried to avoid.
Son of a gun.
I
Okay,
tried to
yeah.
avoid Star Trek. I will say that I tried to avoid Star Trek as much as possible.
I'm not going to be able to avoid it quite so easy now that you've been nicking people
No,
off
that
me.
is true. Yeah, I have been nicking a few of the good ones. All right, Patrick,
All right.
on the spot.
Okay, well, yeah. Can I just can I do it in order
Any
away
order
from
you
that?
just
So,
want.
do you know what? Like you had Ripley as captain, which
Yeah.
I also had. So my backup there is going to be Malcolm Reynolds. Mal
He's a great.
Reynolds. Yep, the great Firefly, the captain of Serenity, um, brilliantly portrayed by a beautiful man who's going to be a Green Lantern very soon. Um, but you know why I'm picking him? Because well, you know I'm picking him because you took Ripley. But you know why I think he's a great captain for any crew? It's because he has integrity to beat the band. He may be a rogue, he may be a bit of a pirate at times. He has a dark side and a light side. You know, he's not as pure driven or brilliant as a Captain Picard or if you want somebody to really get behind, it's going to be Edward James Olmos from Battlestar Galactica as Adamo. It's So Say We All.
Hmm.
But I think Mal Reynolds is the one that no matter who you put in his crew, once you're part of his crew, you're part of the family,
Hmm.
and he'll do what's needed to keep bread on the table, keep you all together. And I think that's a beautiful thing.
I get you.
Stalling slightly, Paul. So how about
Well, while you're thinking there, just to kind of put it there, there's a lot of crew members from Dark Matter, the sci-fi TV show about everybody waking up on the ship and not having amnesia, and they just call them by the number that they woke up on. There's a lot of people in that I would have chosen as well, but I feel like it's a lesser known sci-fi show. But
yeah, yeah. Well, honestly, now well, you know what, since you took my engineer Kaylee, and I've been able to swap Mal back in because I wasn't gonna have any repeats from any,
that's what I tried
same
to
as
do.
you.
So
It was
yeah,
yeah, it was we both that was implicit. It was never a written rule, but it's one we all know. Everybody knows. So I am going to be very obvious with my engineer. Very, very obvious. I'm going to choose from Star Trek,
okay,
but I'm not choosing Scotty as much as
okay,
I love Scotty.
ooh, okay.
Yeah. So who do you think that might leave? I want to know who you think because it's down to two. Like it's either going to be from
It's gonna be
Next
O'Brien
Gen or
or it's go.
Voyager.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was gonna say it's either. Oh my god, I completely forgot about next gen. I thought it was gonna
Yep.
be O'Brien from Deep Space Nine, or obviously which goes Lieutenant Torres from Voyager. But you're saying
Except
that it's possibly
that's right, Geordie LaForge, Star Trek: The Next Generation, best Enterprise. Controversial, I know. Um, yeah, he's the best engineer for a
hmm,
bunch of reasons, but he's also one of the best people in all of Star Trek lore. Like Geordie is a wonderful Boy Scout, exemplified by the fact that when he meets Scotty being the god level OG, brilliant engineer,
hmm.
Scotty has to remind Geordie, do you know if you can do it in 2 hours, tell them four, because that way you'll always, you'll look more impressive. And it would never occur to somebody like Geordie because he's just such a sweet, lovely man. He's not going to fall out with any of the crew. You have Geordie running your show, your ship's running, it's going to be doing cool stuff. He's an innovative guy. He has leadership capabilities as he went on to show later in his career.
Yeah, that's very
Like,
true.
since someone stole Kaylee, that was going to be the heart of my ship, and I had to switch it over to Mal being the darker but still beautiful heart of my ship,
He's still the hardest ship.
I'm going Geordie LaForge.
Okay.
Okay, so I've taken from Firefly and I've taken from Star Trek.
Mm-hmm. So you
I'm
got
gonna
the
try and I'm gonna try and avoid all of not all of the all of the other ones you've chosen from. Then
yeah, 'cause
I'm gonna see if I can set myself that challenge.
we've got science officer and we've got helmsman left.
Well, Helm is the tough one for me, Paul. Because I have two choices that I'm trying to decide between.
Okay.
Kara Thrace from Battlestar Galactica.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. You feeling that?
Yeah. Damn good pilot.
Is there any better? Starbuck. Like the
Mm,
Starbuck incarnation, the Kara Thrace in the Starbuck from
yeah.
Battlestar Galactica. She's got flair, she's got everything you need, and what a character. But you know what? Because originally, it was her and Ripley and Kaylee, and I was going to end up with pretty much an all female crew at one point there. But what I'm going to do now, since you've been, it's not stealing from me, Paul, but it feels emotionally like stealing from me, even though you didn't know you were doing it. Just so you know, I have no reason to be mad at you, yet inside, weirdly, I am.
That's perfectly fine.
Um, I'm going to say Han Solo. Han Solo will do the Kessel Run. I'm
Yeah.
not even going to go for the parsecs. In less than 12 parsecs. It's Han Solo is a swashbuckling pilot. Um, he's been running all sorts of junk. Everybody knows the Millennium Falcon, but he's actually a helmsman as well as being a captain, as well as being everything else. And he's the one that's going to attach you onto the back of some nasty asteroid that you end up getting eaten by a worm and flying out of their mouth, space worm, space tremors.
Mm.
Han's a useful guy to have around, and I just love the idea of him and Mal Reynolds in the same place,
Oh, that's such a rogue crew.
isn't it though?
It
And
is.
that's why you have Geordie there to be Boy Scout enough between them all going, easy now, I'm your conscience.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one. I like that kind of like, yeah. Okay. Okay. So you've got Han, so you got Malcolm Reynolds as your captain. George,
Firefly,
you get Geordie LaForge as your engineer.
Star Trek.
Yeah, your helmsman is Book.
No,
Han
Helmsman
Solo.
is a Han Solo,
Han
so that's
Solo.
Star Wars.
So who's your science officer?
That's my one that remains.
Okay.
Um,
So
this
far a
is
great
this is gonna
so far a very roguish crew.
yeah, this is gonna be weird. Because everybody will have to have seen the Orville for this to make sense.
Okay.
Um,
Are
Norm
you
Macdonald's Yaphet
Oh, you're
was
choosing Yaffet. That's great. I really
yeah. As a nod to Norm Macdonald, may he rest in peace on the Mount Rushmore of comedy. Um, I absolutely like. I know he wasn't even the head of engineering on the Orville, but he was there, and someday he could have made it a head of engineering. Um, I don't even know if Yaphet was actually engineering the entire
Oh
way
yeah, no,
through
he
that
was. Yeah,
series. I'm trying to remember, but did
he's
he change job at any point?
no, he's
Okay,
engineering.
cool.
He gets annoyed
Okay.
when he doesn't get chosen as the head of engineering.
That's right. Yeah, that's why I was thinking, did he
Yeah.
end up moving out to something else? No, he's my choice because let's face it, this bipedal humanoid bias that we have, So
That is.
first of all, I had an
Oh,
all-female crew practically. Now that I have, beefcake upon beefcake, and well, Geordie's beefcake, I guess, but he's Boy Scout beefcake. I am now getting away from this biped. Call me woke if you must. I want a gelatinous, cheeky bugger. I want that guy out there in space with me. Because let's face it, how many situations being able to get through every air vent and get to everything and essentially be indestructible as long as you can be swept back together? Tell me that's not a man you want.
that is true. I will agree. That is a good science
Except I
officer.
just realized I picked two engineers, didn't I? Because I looked down at my
Yeah, but you're
paper. I was supposed
perfectly
to be
fine. They
picking
don't need to,
science.
as I said, they don't need to be originally in the science like
No,
role.
you know what? The Forge can go, and I'll take Spock for science instead.
Okay, so
And
you
here's
start.
why.
Okay,
Spock will also be able to keep everybody calm and keep them all together. Also, Spock as a science officer has a kick-ass level to him that most science officers don't. Like when you have Vulcan blood and you're able to neck pinch your way through a day, like come on. Han may have drew first, but the first person who really popularized the neck pinch, that was one Mr. Spock.
I think that's going to be an interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting crew to be.
So sorry, the video ran long because I messed up while looking down because Paul had me scribbling things out because you should know to ask me first and not steal my choices.
Yeah,
But so what have I got? I've got
you've got Malcolm Reynolds from Firefly as your captain. You've got which is Yaphet as
Spock.
your engineer.
Oh,
Spock
yeah,
as your science officer, and you've
and
got
Han
Han
Solo
Solo.
flying us roguely through the universe.
Oh, I feel like though Don West from Lost in Space is really from the night.
I think Joey is because let's face it, if you remember the movie well enough, folks, you can tell Matt LeBlanc was like, I don't want to be Joey from Friends in this.
Yeah,
And they were like, yes, but we need 5% Joey from Friends
yeah,
here and there for the trailer. All right. And
yeah.
you're going to do it because he plays that role very well. But there are a few how you doing moments that he obviously was like, well, okay, this is what gets me the job. So fair play to Matt LeBlanc. And that is a great pull, Paul. I wanted to take it from mainstream. You went very well into the depths of, let's face it, me, you, and how many other people even remember that movie?
Yeah, I know. I also recently watched it, so but yeah, we should yeah, if you like this movie or if you like this you like this movie, if you like this video, like, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Which is guys, tell us your crews down below. Which is as I said, all the rules are they have to be from a sci-fi movie or TV show, and you just have to fill those 4 slots. That's it. Just fill the 4 slots. Engineering, science, pilot, and which is captain. That's it. They don't really originally need to be it. Like Poe would have been a good choice for helmsman as well.
There you go.
Or captain. But yeah.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, ring that notification bell. I've been Paul,
I've been Patrick.
and we've been here to say, start you later. And we're out.